Yes, thanks, Jenna. I can assure you I won't be talking at all about swing bowling. We've got the greatest of all time here, Jimmy Anderson, and a bloke who will talk himself down like you wouldn't believe. And he also wasn't bad when the ball was swinging either. We're going to do just a little sort of basic chat around sort of swing bowling, how you do it, what the grip's like, what the basics are, and who better than to show you than Jimmy Anderson. Where do we start then? Give us a clue.
Well, my stop ball is the outswinger to a right-hander, so the grip's really important. So I take the H or the 100 for the shiny side. I tilt the seam towards first slip, and then put my fingers down the seam like that, and try and hopefully.
What's your thumb doing underneath the ball? Is it on the edge of the thumb or flat?
It's sort of at an angle like that. I mean, I never really concentrate on the thumb. Some people do, some people don't. For me, it's about comfort. However it feels comfortable to you, and it just needs to sit in there. Not too strong a grip. You don't want to be really holding onto it tightly.
Out of your hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll just. So a lot of people say that they want that finger to come off the seam last. But I always felt like this finger was the one that sort of had the ability to push it into the right-hander and swing it away later.
And that's how it made it go later.
Yeah.
So in terms of the actual release of the ball, how are you trying to make the ball come out of your hand? Are you pushing it out there, or are you trying to pull down on the back of it?
Yeah, so again, my wrist would be slightly cocked. Dominic would be similar. You want the way you get swing is to get the revolutions coming back on the ball. So you want it to come out your fingers like that and get it spinning backwards. And then that's what makes it swing more through the air. So I cock my wrist, and then right at the last minute, you flick the wrist, but then the ball's coming off your fingers like that.
Okay, well, mums and dads out there are going, okay, well, that's all very well and good, but we don't want the kids running up and pinging balls down the hallway with a cricket ball. Corky, you've got to take.
You can hear him shouting for Jimmy. Now he's coming. Give him chance. He's coming.
Like tennis ball there now. Why? Tell us what you've done there.
What we're trying to do, which is trying to emulate this new ball, we're using this as the shiny side, even though these are both shiny, and this is the rough side. So literally, because of the aerodynamics, it will drag and that way. So I'm going to ask you, for any young boy or girl out there, you've shown him the grip. Now, what are you, when you're looking, Butch, you're going to bat in a minute, I'm looking forward to this.
15 years it's been.
Where do they start? What would you say to them? Where's the most important bit? We're talking about someone who's just got a tennis ball, they've got a bit of tape, get your dad's electrical tape, round here, halfway, what would you say then?
Or your mum's electrical tape.
Absolutely.
Well, I used to get bowled against the garage door. I mean, just trying to get a feel for the ball coming out of my hand, see what it did, see whether it moved through the air, and you just get an idea of what's going on. I used to throw it as well. Just again, doesn't necessarily have to be bowling. You can throw it to get that feeling coming off your fingers in the right way. So yeah, it's just practice and figuring out what works for you and what doesn't, even at a young age. Like when I was 8 years old, I'd be, as I said, bowling against the garage door. Something would feel good, something wouldn't, so I'd just put that to the side and work on or do the things that I felt came naturally, and the things that I enjoyed as well. It's like I found it really fun seeing it move through the air.
So, okay, we've had a look at the outswing grip now. What about you're making it go the other way now? What are the differences? You want to do it with the real ball or with that one?
I can do it with this. So, as we said, this is the tennis ball is your shiny side. Yeah. So that's my outswinger. The inswinger, you turn it round, so the shiny side will be on this side. Yeah. It's same sort of feeling. So I want to point the outswinger towards second, third slip.
Yeah.
The inswinger, I'm pointing towards fine leg. And again, it's getting the feeling of it just coming, your hand just coming that side of it to get the...
I'm interested in this because I struggled with this. Yeah. This was my struggle, so I'm listening. Are you not pulling your wrist back? Is it slightly going over, or exactly the same?
Exactly the same. I didn't try and change a huge amount at all. The only thing I'd change was the seam position and the feeling of it coming off. So as I said before, it was this finger.
Middle.
For the in-swinger, it's the middle finger that I try and push it sort of, not trying to push it in like that, but you're just trying to get a feeling of it coming off that finger down. And I probably start it at the keeper, trying to work its way back into off.
And you're actually, I'm guessing, because quite a lot of times you see kids who naturally might make the ball go in,
Yeah.
their starting line ends up too straight, doesn't it? You're almost thinking about it sort of ending up hitting off stump as opposed to starting on off stump, right?
Yeah, well, that's the aim. But for me, when I first started learning the in-swinger, a lot went down leg side. And I think when you're practicing, that's fine. It's just about getting that feeling off your fingers, and then eventually you will correct the line, you correct that starting line, and get it outside off stump.
Well, by the looks of it, we were only going to have 5 or 6 minutes, but it's now the early warning rain detection system has been buzzing away on top of my head here, so we've got a little bit of time. Do you want to? I'm going to go down there and do something which I haven't done for a very long time.
2009 was it?
2009. You guys can come up.
What
run
we
up
might do with you though, and you know this, and this is to progress a little bit. We're talking about very early understandings of this. He was an ex-professional international cricketer, 170 what he won, was it against Australia? 200s anyway. So what we're going to do also is we're going to hide the ball, because what he'll see, he'll know which way it's going by. It's quite obvious. He'll know that that's going to drag in. So we're going to run in and hold it so he can't see it.
Excellent.
So we're going to make it a bit more difficult for him. So you're off your
I'll go down.
So did you find
going to keep wicket?
Did you obviously had a lot of success going round the wicket to left-handers as well, didn't you?
No, he's not allowed to do that.
But again, that came later in my career. You know, first few years of even my international career, I couldn't really swing the ball in with confidence, which meant I couldn't swing it away from the left-hander.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of issues just being able to bowl it back into the left-hander, and they got wise to it, and I got scored a lot off. So it wasn't until I was able to bowl that outswinger to the left-hander where I had a bit more success. And then round the wicket again, it's furthering that development and figuring out where you can start the ball and the lines you've got to bowl.
So we're going to get Ellie just to go round here, Ellie. So if you just go round, so we can then come right behind Jimmy, so you can see the swing. So we're going to pretend you're coming over the wicket, right? I'm going to stand as umpire. You're going to hide the ball, and hopefully, Ellie, you'll be able to see the swing.
Bit short.
Okay, so you're trying to swing it back at him?
That was trying to go across. I always try to go across.
Trying to go across. So he's holding it, obviously, to go across. Let's have a look. So he's gone across. So you see how the ball's come down. Right, I'm getting a little bit jealous here. I'm going to have to have a go.
I'll try and swing one back.
Gives a chance of hitting one.
So he's going across again. Oh, he's gone back in. So what he's done is he's slightly changed the ball there. So just to remind you that this is the shiny side. So this side should swing back in at him. Now I haven't bowled for a long time. Oh my goodness.
Oh, here we go.
So that swung back in.
Yeah.
Decent shot, Budge. Right, you're going to go away, are you? No, you're going back in.
I'm going back in, yeah.
Back in.
Giving me a chance now.
Oh! And then ultimately from there, because obviously with left-handers, Jimmy, if he's now lining it up, you go then around the wicket. So around the wicket, you've got the options of starting it straighter and making him, so you're going across him again.
I'm going to try and start it straight and go away from him.
Right, okay, let's have a look.
Whoa!
You know what I mean? Only got over 700 international wickets. Let's just see if I can do this now. I hated going round the wicket. This is my worst nightmare because his action was very much perfect. Mine was very much like this, throwing myself in. So I'm going to try and do exactly the same. Ready? My goodness, mate.
Oh, cork it. Well done, lad. He's just had a hernia operation.
So that's gone again. Yeah. So go out again.
Go again.
Out again. Whoa! Well, Jim.
We'll have. How are we doing time-wise? We could just go. Should we just play a test match? Anyway, you're doing all right. I'm going to try and do something. I'm going to go. So obviously that should. The shiny side, remember, is this side, so it should go that way. So I'm going to turn it around. You can hear what I'm doing, and then I'm going to go back in. So you see how that is generally go back in.
That's good, that.
Wow, that hurts. Seriously hurts.
I'll try one in as well.
You try one in as well. It's a good shot, Butch. So I'm going to bowl one more, and then Butch will come in and just do that final one. So I'm going to come back over. I hated going this. Oh, wide. One back, last one for Jimmy.
Coming in, Jim.
One of the best ever, and the reason why he was the best ever because he had, I think, one of the best wrists around. Not just it for England, but in actually international cricket. Butch. So
Superb.
just to actually wrap this all up, it's a simple thing which you enjoy doing, but it takes years of just practice.
Yeah, I think it's something that always fascinated me. Because you hear a lot of people talking about swinging, whether it's conditions, whether it's humidity, the ball, the pitch, and things like that. But it's just fascinated me for years, and I've just tried to mess around with it and figure out what works for me. And I've just had so much fun doing it, and I feel like, you know, that started from a young age, getting hooked on it, and then that's just kept going through my whole career.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant lesson to learn for any skill with cricket, really. There are so many facets to the game. There's a lot of sort of technical stuff that you can get caught up in, but you can kind of actually find some very basic, simple things. If you're batting, sort of make sure you take the bat back and away from you. If you're bowling, make sure, get the feeling of the ball in your hand and make sure that it feels like something that lives with you. It's kind of yours, and you know that you can manipulate it in any way possible, and then you experiment and figure it out and have some fun.
I think also one thing I want to pick up, he's one of the best ever, not just for England, I think ever. Some of you may not even play any type of cricket, but the main thing is you can see with him, the enjoyment still now when he's into his 40s, just enjoy. Just enjoy going to a cricket club, playing in your backyard, just enjoy it. It's a great sport. Look at all these kids here, Ali, just go over there. They're certainly not here for me and Butch. Who do you want, Jimmy? Absolutely, of course you want Jimmy. And Jimmy, that must be great for you, you know, you deserve this. What a great career. Are you missing it yet, or do you still want to have a game?
Yeah, well, just bowling at Butch there, I still enjoy it.
He's got it back. So if there's a place in one of these hundreds teams, why not?
It's swinging.
It's swinging.